Welcome to Watchat, where we chat about watches and other facts of life. In August 2020, Oris launched their latest Oris Aquis called the Oris Hangang Limited Edition. Let's call it the OH from now on. Here's my take on this watch. Oris is a philanthropist. For that reason, I love the brand. Of course, that is not the only reason why I loved it. The Oris Aquis is another one of those reasons. This here is the OH Limited Edition dedicated to the partnership with the Seoul Korean Federation for Environmental Movements, where part of the proceeds will go to support in the cleaning of the mighty Hangang River. Now about the watch. The Oris Aquis is powered by the Oris 743 caliber automatic movement, which is a Sellita SW220-1. It has 28 joules with a 38 hours of power reserve and 28,800 bph. The dial on this watch has a sunburst effect and a green which I'll consider as a electric forest green. The green on the dial is very dark. You will see the green resonates from the middle of the dial, and as it reaches the side or edge of the dial, it will turn black. Does this remind you of the last watch that I've reviewed? Well, that watch has a different kind of green and does not have the sharp electric effect. Hence, in the Seiko watch, at times you will see the green on the dial and sometimes it's completely black. Whereas the dial on the OH will always have that glow of green. If you'd like to check out my review on the Seiko Sumo Green, I'll put a link at the description below. Now the OH has a mini seconds hand at the 9 o'clock and is hackable. The seconds hand points both sides with only one that has luminescence on it. The mini seconds indicator only has 4 markers located at the 15, 30, 45 and 60 seconds mark, which I have a problem with. I usually find watches with a mini seconds hand pointless to have, as they are rather difficult to read or time. The lack of indicator on the OH makes it worse. I mean, how can one look at this watch and give a countdown of 8 seconds, or tell the exact time down to the very last seconds? Its very purpose is probably there to tell you that the watch is ticking or rather working. The OH has a circular exposed date window circulating just beneath the indexes. Unlike the rest of the dial that has a glossy look, the backdrop of the date has a circular pattern on it. The good thing about it is that it has the same color as the dial. To indicate the date, Oris uses a white marker circulating either underneath or on top of the date. Confused? If you look at the date carefully, you will see the date 1st to 7th and 24th to 31st faces one direction, whereas the number 8 to 23 faces the other direction. Hence, the white marker floats on top on some dates and hovers beneath certain numbers. The sapphire crystal on this watch is rather flat. The words on the dial, the date marker, and minute track are all white. The dial has applied indices that are made out of stainless steel with luminescence on it. The hour and minute hand are also stainless steel with luminescence on it. This is a pretty bright watch. The bezel has a darker green, which makes it look black under certain lighting or the lack of it. The unidirectional bezel has a 15-minute scale engraved on the ceramic insert with only the 20, 30, 40 and 50 Arabic numerals engraved on it, where it ends with a reverse triangle and a lume at the 60-minute mark. The case is made out of 316L stainless steel and has many angular cuts. The watch is measured 43.5mm in diameter, 12.8mm thickness and 50mm lug to lug. It has some weight on it, which is approximately 184 grams. Most watches have the front of the case brushed and their sides polished. However, the Aquis have it reversed. It has a huge crown that is engraved with its brand name Oris and crown guards on the side, which I feel are rather pointless considering how small they are and screwed on the side of the crown. The screw holes on them are rather huge, just like those on the lugs. The upside to this is that the bracelet can be removed with screws and not pins, and the downside to this is that the holes are rather, well, huge. The short angular cuts and the huge screw holes gives a rather industrial and modern look to the 300-meter water resistance dive watch. Unlike the Omega Seamaster Diver 300, this watch does not require a helium escape valve. The integrated bracelet has 3 rows, with the first and third row being polish finish and the middle row being brush finish, which makes it a rather attractive bracelet. It has screw pins instead of pin sleeves. The side of the bracelet is brush finish with a folding clasp with extension. There are some micro adjustments on the clasp. The back of the watch has a closed caseback with the Hangang River engraved on it. This is perhaps the only watch I've seen that has the Korean characters engraved on it. This watch is limited to 2,000 only, with every one of it numbered at the back. Let's try it on my 16 cm circumference wrist. The short lugs helps wear this watch well. However, the side profile of this watch is a straight up block without any curves or slope. Although the height is only 12.8 mm, the lack of curves and slope makes it slightly more difficult to get underneath those tight cuffs. If one were to look directly straight onto the watch, one might not even notice the case as the short lugs remains hidden underneath the huge dial and bezel. Furthermore, the lugs are tapered down to look like the bracelet. Hence, one would think that the bracelet flows from the bezel without there being any lugs. This is quite an attractive watch, and that is why I could not fathom out why would Oris make this a limited edition watch. By it being a limited edition, it limits the number of watches being worn or showcased on the streets. Furthermore, if a portion of the price of this watch is dedicated to the cleaning of the Hangang River, wouldn't it be beneficial to have more of these watches rather than having only 2,000 of them? Anyway, that's just a thought to ponder. If you know why Oris has decided to make them a limited edition watch, please do share at the comments below. By the way, this limited edition watch is priced at 12,000 ringgit. Anyway, if you like this kind of video, please like, share, comment and subscribe to support me, and I really appreciate it and promise to upload more videos like this. Until the next one, thank you for watching.